Hi everyone. Thank you for coming on to my video. I wanted to share something with y'all today. And it's about enduring. When we endure, we are conquerors. That means that we have made it to the end of that thing and we're saved. So it was something that I was sharing on Minister Terrence live on yesterday. It was such a powerful live, and I was talking about when I listened to the pastor. He was saying how, a lot of times we use, well, I'm a cancer survivor, and but he's saying that, we need to change that. You are endure, and because you endured so much. And I started thinking about that thing, and I'm like, wow. And I went to the scripture on that in Matthew, and I was reading it like, oh my goodness, this is powerful. And what the Lord was showing me is that He is so right. We are not just survivors of these things, but we have endured a lot. So what have you endured? And I think about, I endured a narcissistic abuse for so many years. I endured abuse as a child. I endured so much, but it did not take me out. And the word of God says that he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. So that's the question you should ask yourself. What have I endured? Because so many people did not endure to the end. There's so many people that endured for a certain amount of time, but their bodies got tired. They couldn't get through it. Or their minds got tired. They couldn't handle it no more. So many people have lost their lives because they wasn't able to endure. So are you an endurer? Are you going through something right now? Are you willing to endure this thing to the end so you can be saved? Are you willing to be saved through this? And sometimes, salvation can be that you made it to the other side. But as long as you're with the Lord, then you endure to the end. You were saved. But if you didn't end up on the side of the righteous, then you wasn't saved because you did not endure to the end of that thing. So you endure to the end of that. And what I'm going through, I'm in my next phase. It's always a race. When you run in that race, you jumping over hurdles. You going through different things. You're trying to face these different obstacles that you're going through. But are you going to endure, or are you going to give out and give in? And, it's just amazing because you see people running, they get tired and they start slowing down. They start giving up. They can't, they see, that finish line, I know it's there, but it just seems so far away. We got to stop worrying about how far the finish line is and just continue to run that race. Continue to endure. Continue to stay focused. Lord, I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to come. But Lord, I know it's going to come because you told me that if I endure to the end, I will be saved. I endured that abusive marriage, and God saved me from that. I didn't die in it. I could have died in it. I thought that was my life. I thought that was the end of my life. But God said, no. You have endured this long enough. Now I have your finish line right here. But guess what? It's up to you to take that finish line. Don't, you could say, well, no, God, I don't think I'm qualified for that. I don't think I'm ready. That's why there's so many people that are not saved right now. Well, I'm just too dirty to be saved. I did so much wrong. I'm nothing. Okay, that's the one he wants. He wants that. He wants you. He wants the one that's low in the gutter that feel like, he wants the one that's been eating out of pig pen and acting like a pig, all up in the slop in the mess. That's what he wants. But then you allow the enemy to lie to you so much to think, God don't want me. I got to be cleaned up. I got to be straight. You know how many people out here clean up and feel like they straight? Oh, but I do so much good. I go save people and I rescue animals and I go to the hospitals and do voluntary work. You know that your good is as filthy rags. It's filthy rags. No matter how good we are, it is never compared to the goodness of God. Because you're doing that out of your own works. And see, works don't get us into heaven. Well, Lord, I did this, I did that. Okay, I never knew you, though. Have a relationship with God. You think the enemy cares about how much good works you do? You can be a good person, never curse, never lie, never slept around, made sure you got married as a virgin, and all this stuff. Being a good person, you think he care about that? He just don't want you to have a relationship with the Father. That's what he cares about. So endure. Endure and stop trying to do things on your own. Give it to the Lord, because only he can help you endure that thing. It's like people, when they're about to run, they take their protein shakes, they take their whatever they need to take to get their bodies ready. What do you take? You need a dose of Jesus. You need to get up and pray and get before his face. Get up in the scriptures and meditate on his word and think on his goodness. If you pray in tongues, pray in tongues. If you don't, just pray to the Father. Put on your worship music. Get into worship. Lord, I'm going to get my day started right, because this is the day the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. He didn't have to give you this day. But he said, guess what? I'm going to give you another day so you can endure. Endure this day. Now, endure the next day. Endure the next day. Keep enduring. Keep enduring. Because when you endure to the end, you will be saved. So as this new phase I'm going through, I'm going to endure. Because I know God is going to save me and it's going to strengthen my testimony. Who wants their testimony strengthened? It's so much inside of us. God say, look, I got books inside of you. God just showing me things so much that God has brought me out. And I'll be like, God, why I got to go through this next phase? Why do I have to have this? Why I have to go through that? Because I need you to endure this so you can help somebody else endure this part of that phase. They might, somebody else to help endure this. That's why we plant seeds and others water, and God brings the increase, because it's different phases in our lives that we need. Okay, you finish with this phase with that person. Now you got to help that person with this phase, or you got to help this other person with that phase. We all have different phases in our life, and we all have to help other people in their phases in their life. So we need to endure certain things to go through that. And I was doing an interview yesterday, and the lady was saying how me and her had so many similar situations, except she didn't marry the narc she was with, and she didn't have children by him. And the ones that don't have children, I'm like, wow, that's good. Y'all didn't have to deal with that with your children. But God said, no, you had to have these beautiful babies, which I love so dearly. I love my babies so much, and I'm so grateful for them, because I need you to endure, and I need these little ones to go through some endurance too, because there are other children that need them. It's not just about what you went through. It's not just about you. It's about them too. I need to use them. So, are you willing to endure? Are you enduring? And if you are, stay focused. Stay connected with other believers that's going to pray you through, that's going to fast with you, that's going to intercede with you, that's going to agree with you and stand with you. Stay connected with other believers. 'Cause I'm telling you, you can't do it on your own. Number one, you need God, and you need other believers, because they have God in them. They are part of the body. How can you do it without the body? You need the body. So I just wanted to share that endure to the end, and you shall be saved. You gotta endure. All right, I love y'all, and thank you for listening. I pray that you have a blessed day in the Lord, and don't forget, endure, because in the end, guess what? You'll be a conqueror, and we are conquerors in Jesus Christ, because he already conquered the world. Now you can stand up and wear your crown and say, I'm a conqueror. All right, love y'all. Be blessed.